Hey, this is Russell Peters, and welcome to Behind the Gram, where I kind of explain what I possibly should have texted in the text, but I was either too lazy or I just couldn't figure out how to word it that day. Anyway, I'm going to be explaining some of the pictures that I posted. You ready for this? It's going to be good. Let's get it started. Anyway, Russell Peters, me, and Dave Chappelle in 1996 at the Just for Laughs Festival in Montreal. I was already a fan of Dave's at that point, and then he had seen me do a set, and he thought I was funny. I don't think he really thought I was funny, to be honest with you. I think he's just a really nice guy. Anyway, we became fast friends, and we ended up hanging out subsequently that summer after, and then he came and shot Half Baked in Toronto the following year. And we had some great times, and I got a great story. I was in Dave's hotel room in Toronto when we were shooting Half Baked, and my girlfriend at the time, I was trying to set her sister up with Dave, but she wasn't having it for some reason. But I brought my girl and her sister to his hotel room, and I was trying to, make it happen, And Dave had a dog named Thelonious at the time. It was a little white Pomeranian. And the dog was barking, and we were laughing and having a good time in the hotel room. And all of a sudden, we hear a really aggressive knock at the door. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm sitting on the bed. And Dave's like, ooh. So Dave goes and answers the door, and I lean to see who's at the door. And I'm like, oh, and you hear, will you keep it down in there? And I'm like, oh my God. And Dave closed the door, and we both looked at each other and we were like, Mrs. Evans just yelled at us. It was Esther Roll. She was staying in the room next door, the mother from Good Times. And we just thought it was the best moment of our lives. Well, he's had better moments since, but I thought it was a pretty great moment for me. So this is my birthday picture in 1984, September 29th, 1984. I was a little b-boy, as best I could be. I was 4'11", 75 pounds. I was a break dancer. I'm wearing this bandana. It was a red bandana. I won it at a carnival. It was one of the choices. It was a red bandana, had Japanese writing and a big white dot in the spot in the middle, and it was long. You can't see, but it was long. It would hang down to about there. It was like 2 strips, and I wore that thing every day. And I stopped wearing it because a teacher at school went, that bandana, is it religious? And I was like, oh. And I never wore it again after that. And that Thriller jacket that I'm wearing is actually genuine leather. And it was $99, and I remember I begged my father to get it for me, and I was so happy to get it and so excited, and I wore it to school, and I got made fun of, and I never wore it again. And to this day, I still feel bad that I made my dad spend his hard-earned money. That's $100 in 1984. That's a lot of money back then, and to this day, I still feel horrible that I made my dad spend all that money on it. I did, however, when I changed schools, there was this Jamaican girl named Veronica, and she needed a jacket, and I said, I have a red leather Thriller jacket if you'd rather. Oh my God, I want that jacket! And I gave her the jacket. She wore that jacket every day. So I did feel better about it after, but to this day I still feel bad that I wasted my dad's money. So here we have, I was in the Middle East, and they do this. It was like, you go for a barber there, and they do all kinds of cool So he was like, you want facial? And I'm like, yeah, sure, give me a facial. He puts a mask on me, and then you'll see the Q-tips out of my ears and out of my nose, and they stuck wax in my ears and in my nose, and they yanked the hairs out of your nose and your ears, and you feel so clean after. And I still, to this day, I have a wax machine at my house in Toronto, and when I go home, I heat it up, I stick the wax on the Q-tips, shove it up my beak, and yank out the hairs. It sounds painful, but it's not at all. It's me and my brother in the back seat of my, I don't know if it's my dad's car. I don't think it was my dad's car. I think that was, it might have been my dad's car. I was pretty young there. So that's me sucking on a bottle in the back and my brother in the front. I don't really know what's happening in this picture. I just know that we were taking a picture in the back of the station wagon. My mom's chilling back there. I'm sitting back there sucking on a bottle, and my brother's got the goofiest smile you've ever seen in your life there.